One thing I got to learn is that I participated in a lot of dancing with the kids, and I didn't know that these kids, when they are dancing, they feel the beats from the ground.
Yep, the vibrations.
The vibrations from the ground. So that's how they're able to do their thing. And I know they taught me how to count from 1 to 6, but I've since forgotten.
They even gave you a side name.
Yes. Yeah. And one other thing I learned about coffee, and maybe we can talk about now. There is a theory you told me about coffee. If you want to do good coffee, I think it involves something like 9. There was a figure 9 somewhere.
Correct,
that if you have, I think, like 9 something on
Clusters,
the tree.
yeah.
I don't know. Let's first see about that theory again. Maybe for my coffee farmers, everybody now has been talking about coffee. What's that story again about the 9 figures?
The 9 figures. Okay, first of all, I like simplicity. Yeah, I like simplicity. So I always try and simplify things. So I'll meet so many people who are going into farming, who are farming, and the first thing they ask me, how many acres do you have? Actually, I've never bothered to measure the acreage because I've got a very big piece of land. It's about 52 acres. It has a school for the deaf, sitting on about 7 acres. It has a vocational training institute sitting on about 5.7 acres. There is our home. You've been to that place. It's about 3 acres. There are 8 fish ponds. There is coffee. There is a forest. There is vegetables. There is olusuku. So, but I know how many trees I've planted. So I've got trees that if I use an average of about 520 trees per acre, my acreage comes to about 22 out of that 52 acres of land covered by coffee. Now, the theory or strategy or formula I gave you was that don't worry so much about your yield per acre. Focus on the yield per tree. So yield per tree also takes you down to the number of clusters on a branch. And I said the average subsistence farmer has about 9 clusters on a branch. And the 9 clusters on a branch gives you about 2 kilograms of parchment. Not parchment, cherries. Those are the red, ripe coffee beans that we harvest. In my case, if you're doing coffee as a business, it means that you're investing properly, fertilizers, mulching, pest control. I do irrigation as well, proper weeding, and have good agronomical husbandry. At the minimum, you should be getting at least 12 clusters of tutwa. And those 12 clusters basically mean you have invested and they are giving you that. It's kind of like the cost of production. And it's until you get into 12 and above. I'm getting 15 myself. That is now where you're making money. And 15 clusters per tree, per small branch, should give you about 8 kilograms of red, ripe parchment coffee per tree. And then parchment coffee conversion to parchment, cherries to parchment, 85% water, the red ripe cherries, 15% to 12%, the parchment. There's weight loss of almost nearly 60%. After that is the size of the bean. The size of the bean is determined by the agronomical practices as well as the quality of the soil. After that, parchment, it's FAQ. You want to be getting not less than 55% conversion, parchment to FAQ, which is cassette. And then after cassette, you do the grading, which is your screen 18, screen 17, 16, 12, and that's